I want to preface this by saying I will be voting for Aaron Gies over Nick Langworthy because I would vote for a drawer full of old ketchup packets over Nick Langworthy. But just realistically speaking, Aaron Gies' chances are extremely poor. In 2023 or 2022, the maps were redrawn in New York State, and this district, which is NY23, was redrawn to be extremely red to the point that any Democrat would have a very difficult time trying to win out here. But then on top of it, Aaron Gies so far is kind of a weak candidate, and I'm going to show you exactly what it is that I mean by that. So Adam Bojak is a DSA Democrat who is running to represent District 149 in Albany in the New York State Assembly. So while the Gies versus Langworthy race is to represent this area in the national government in DC, Bojak is running in a lower race, right, just to represent some other folks in this area in Albany in the state assembly. By the end of the day yesterday, the Bojak campaign had released this statement. Local Republican politicians knew exactly what they were doing when they fed this racist vitriol directly to their base. Yesterday's hateful rhetoric and comments surrounding our friends and neighbors are a disgusting act of stochastic terrorism. The only path forward is that we all work together to throw fascists out of public life and into the dustbin of history where they belong. That's what Adam Bojak had to say within hours of the Nick Langworthy incident. It's been 24 hours now. And what does Aaron Gies, the guy who's supposedly trying to oust Langworthy from his seat, have to say about this? No response on his official campaign website. No response on his social media. Adam Bojak has made more hay out of this entire situation than Aaron Gies. And Aaron Gies is the guy who's actually in a race against Nick Langworthy. If you are a Democrat who is trying to win in a red district, first of all, good luck. Like, it's very rare that that happens. But if it does happen, it has never happened. Never once. You can't name a single time it happened because the Democrat showed up in the red district and just ran to the middle. If I am like a Republican voter that lives out here and I have the choice between like a diehard Republican like Nick Langworthy and like just kind of a light Democrat like Aaron Gies, why in the world would I pick the light Democrat? People just don't vote like that. Where Aaron Gies kind of maybe sort of could have a shot is to beat Langworthy on turnout. As in, the Gies campaign needs to engineer a reality where like 80% of the blue voters in our district are so fired up and so enraged that they definitely show up to the polls in November, while simultaneously trying to embarrass and humiliate and demoralize red voters to the point that like 30% max show up to the polls in November, which I suppose is a possible strategy, but like that's got to be your strategy, right? A goal without a plan is a wish. So what's the plan? I don't know what's going to happen in November. I'm not trying to make any predictions here. I'm just trying to make a genuine assessment of the moment, not like a prediction about the future. And a genuine assessment of the moment leads you to conclude that Aaron Gies is just not bringing the heat against Nick Langworthy like he could be. Maybe he doesn't need to, but maybe he does.